So I spoke with pretrial judge and I spoke with the coordinator. Per pretrial, he's tested positive presumptively because they have to send it to a lab for confirmatory for alcohol and THC. I think they described his behavior as
threatening you, and I'm not going to stand for your threatening anyone in this court at any time. That is, every part of this is an extension of us. I don't care where you're going. I don't care what building you're in, whether you're in pretrial services, whether you're taking a drug test. It's unacceptable, and I'm revoking your bond, and you now goes with you.
Yes, sir. No, sir. On player side, all he's doing is setting the rules that you want to follow. Okay.
Yes, sir.
What's the name?
Bledsoe. Evading arrest and terroristic threat. He was in custody because he had a pending felony in the 228. So he's bonded out on all. The evading, I think, is...
In today's intense courtroom drama, the judge immediately makes it clear that threatening behavior will not be tolerated. The teen defendant, Blado, had already tested positive for substances, and tensions are high. The judge warns, "I'm not going to have you threatening anyone in this court at any time." Right from the start, the stakes are set. Audience question: who do you think is in the wrong here? The teen or the system for giving multiple chances?
$12 yards per the officer.
So I see that on 10/17 of 24, he picks up a felony assault. And 3 days later, he picks up a terroristic threat, and then he picks up an evading arrest. And they give him PR bonds on these cases? Is that what happened?
Blado's legal troubles start stacking up fast. He's facing charges for evading arrest and terroristic threats, all while having a pending felony assault case. The judge highlights a pattern: multiple offenses in just a few weeks. This isn't just a one-time mistake. It's a growing issue. A drama alert. The courtroom tension escalates as the judge questions why he keeps getting bonds despite repeated offenses.
And he bonded out since his last setting. I didn't check to see if there were PRs or not, Judge. I know that he had to pay money in felony court.
Yeah, it's just, I'm not going with PR bonds on this. I mean, he picks up 2 new cases if it's the same. Well, hold on a second. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. You've now picked up 2 new cases. You picked up a terroristic threat. You picked up an evading arrest.
I will say our cases are the new cases. So I wouldn't call them new. They're just cases. Well, he picked up the felony, and then afterwards he picked up these 2 misdemeanors.
I don't understand why he's coming here in December when he got a bond in October. How on earth is it?
He was in custody, I think, on the felony.
Oh, I see. Okay, and then he bonded out of the, right, okay.
Yeah.
Got it. All right. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. Please, what happened?
On October 19, 2024, officers dispatched to a minor crash at a...
The judge walks through the timeline of incidents in Harris County, Texas. Blado allegedly caused a minor crash, pulled a gun, and threatened people. Officers had to intervene multiple times, and he attempted to evade arrest on foot. Even though a gun wasn't found, the terroristic threat charge stands. Audience engagement. Would you consider this teen a danger to the public, or was this an overreaction by authorities?
Residential home in Harris County, Texas. The call described a male at the location crashing his motor vehicle, then pulling a gun, and was trying to fight people at the location. When officers arrived at the location, they observed people at the location pointing at the defendant. Upon contact with the defendant, the officers introduced themselves as Houston police and told them to stop. The defendant then walked into his residence and came back out approximately 2 minutes later. The officers instructed the defendant to come towards them, but the defendant began to evade on foot from the officer the second time. The defendant ran approximately 12 yards from the officer before placing him in handcuffs. A person search on the defendant revealed he had a prior arrest and an active felony warrant. Upon contact with the complainant advised the defendant was driving up and down the street in his car and crashed. The complainant stated the defendant began to tell the complainant he was going to shoot him and kill him. The complainant advised the defendant then began to reach into his waistband and kept saying he was going to shoot him. The complainant feared for his life and felt threatened.
The judge delivers a hard-hitting lecture, emphasizing public safety. I don't care if I have to make your bond $2 million. I will protect my public at all costs. This is a pivotal moment where authority and accountability collide. It's clear the judge is frustrated with repeat offenses and wants to send a strong message. Highlight: the judge demands a signed affidavit promising no weapons, showing just how serious this is.
By the defendant's statement.
I'll say, gun was never found, no charges where the gun were ever filed. They charged him with terroristic threat. They would have charged him with ag assault if the police had believed that a firearm was used.
Mr. Bledsoe, let me make something perfectly clear to you. I will do everything in my power to protect my public at all costs. And I don't care if I have to make your bond $2 million. I'm going to do everything in my power to protect my public at all costs. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
I don't care who you are. I don't care where you come from. I don't care what, nothing. I want my county safe. You will be signing an affidavit with me today, promising me that you're not going to have any weapons whatsoever. And if I find that you have a weapon, I can have a contempt hearing. You're looking at 180 days in jail every time if you're caught with a gun. Do you understand? I'm sending you now for a drug test. I want to know what, if anything, is.
Blado is also warned about substance use. He must undergo rigorous drug testing and avoid alcohol and illegal drugs. The judge points out a pattern of self-destructive behavior when he has too much free time. Work and structure are presented as potential paths to reform. An audience question: do you think strict restrictions like these help young offenders change or just make them resent authority?
Is going to be in your system as well. I'm ordering you not to use alcohol or illegal drugs, and I'm going to test you like crazy. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
What do you do for a living?
I work for Leland Airmark Bakery.
Okay, that's what you need to concentrate on. Working a lot so that your time is occupied. When you have too much time on your hands, you become self-destructive. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Do
You're
you
right
have,
about
thank you. Do you have a Texas driver license?
that.
It's a yes or it's a no. Then you're not allowed to drive. On this affidavit, you will also be promising me that you're not going to drive. Do you?
Do you have a different state's driver's license?
City?
He asked if you have a Texas driver's license. Do you have a driver's license from any other state?
No, I'm from Houston.
Okay, sorry. I'm just making sure you didn't have Louisiana or something.
Not drive. I am also putting on this affidavit that you're not going to drive. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You're looking around.
The courtroom tension deepens as the judge gives a vivid warning about prison life in Texas. He describes it as worse than anyone's worst nightmare. The message is clear. The choices Blado is making could lead to decades behind bars. Dramatic emphasis. The emotional weight here is intense. The judge isn't just speaking legally, he's painting a stark reality check.
Just heed this warning, Mr. Bledsoe. Do you understand?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I totally understand. I only have one off day. I just sleep all day.
Did I hear him say that he had an objection?
No, most definitely not.
He was
No.
just asking me a question.
Okay,
No
just
objections.
don't use. Stay out of trouble. You're in enough hot water as it is. You know, the thing is, Mr. Bledsoe, is that a lot of people make very, very poor choices when they're out there in life. And sometimes that choice makes it to where you will live the next 40 years in a 6x9 box. And I'm going to tell you now, I've read have you been to prison before?
Nope.
I want you to hear me. I've read stuff about.
There's a debate over the evidence and hearsay regarding threats and rude behavior. Pre-trial officers confirmed that while Blado's demeanor made some staff uncomfortable, no one was in direct danger. However, the judge is not swayed. Pattern and attitude matter in evaluating risk. Engagement question. Should the judge focus more on behavior or actual threats? What would you prioritize?
What happens in prisons, and it had me in tears. It was as bad as could possibly, if you think of your worst nightmare, it's worse in our Texas prisons. They don't give a rat's behind about you, and you will be passed around like a proverbial doll. It's awful. Believe me, it's not worth it. Don't have a gun.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Thank you, Judge.
All right.
If I can, Judge, I don't believe there has been actually any evidence presented to warrant a
Hold
bond
on, Stephen.
revocation.
She told me yesterday that there had been multiple threats.
So, all right, to circle back, there's a couple things. In speaking with pretrial, I have not received any information about threats. I've received information about cursing and rude behavior.
Yes, Judge.
Don't
There was
speak.
no like threat of like harm or anything.
Blado tests positive again for THC, despite previous orders not to use drugs. The judge sets a strict timeline for follow-up tests and emphasizes zero tolerance. It's a reminder that repeated violations could drastically affect his bond and future. Drama alert. The courtroom is balancing legal procedure with a warning that repeated mistakes have real consequences.
Anything like that. It was just more so attitude. He was making people at our office a little bit uncomfortable just with his demeanor and the things that he was saying, but none of it, to my knowledge, has been anything, putting anyone in danger, threatening danger, anything of that sort.
This is where I
You
want.
have an open criminal case. You're to be humble and contrite. And when you're not, and when you're threatening, abusive, harassing, I'm going to take care of you and I will light you up like a damn Christmas tree. Do you understand? It is unacceptable, the behavior that you have displayed here with myself, with pretrial, with the people down over there. And if you don't straighten up and fly right, I'm going to be all over you. Do you understand? One false move again. This is not supposed to be.
The judge carefully explains bond conditions, driver's license restrictions, and the importance of following the rules. This section highlights the contrast between legal authority and personal accountability. The teen is reminded over and over, one false move and the consequences escalate. Audience question: if you were in Blado's shoes, would you follow these strict rules, or is it too much pressure for a teen?
A happy time for you. And I don't know what I need to do to get your attention. But next time, I will classify you as a danger, revoke your bond, and make it so high you will have teeth falling out. Do you understand?
Sir.
Take a seat.
Thank you, Judge. Back to your point. Do you have a preference on the reset date, Judge? He's got-
So what, tell me what he tested positive for.
It was THC and alcohol, Judge.
Okay.
This is where I will add that the court added bond conditions yesterday, so he had the magistrate.
understand.
Okay.
He did have
So-
these magistrate orders in October that I did see that he was instructed over. It didn't have no alcohol, but it did have
October what?
October
14th, 15th.
Give me the last name again.
Bledsoe, BLED.
Oh, no. He's still smoking weed then. I mean, if they told him not to use not to use any kind of illegal drugs, and he tested positive right now.
To summarize, Blado is facing multiple charges: felony assault, terroristic threat, and evading arrest. The judge has revoked or heavily restricted his bond, imposed drug testing, and warned about weapons and public safety. This case underscores the seriousness of repeat offenses and the consequences of ignoring court orders. RCTA. If you found this courtroom drama intense, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more real-life legal cases. Comment below, who do you think handled this situation better, the judge or the teen?